Today I'm putting together my Trogotronic m15 power supply bus boards for Eurorack. You can see I've already put the front panel module together. I'm not going to be running the power cord through it. So right now I just have the grommet in there, but I'm going to figure out how to blank it. I've already built one of these bus boards, so this is number 2 and number 3, and I do a little bit of test fitting. Not a whole lot of components on the board. I tacked them in place and then flipped the board over and solder them down, snip off all the bits, do some preliminary testing, check a couple solders, and then start putting the headers in. Now the kit comes with just bare headers. I like the shrouded headers, so that's an upgrade I did. I happen to have enough laying around and ordered a bunch more that showed up in time to do this. You can see now I'm soldering in the headers, and I do one row and then flip the board over and do the other row, because I find that if you try soldering across the headers, you wind up getting solder bridges, and it's just harder. So that's what I do. Do some more testing for shorts and continuity. I found that there's actually a problem on the board for the gate in CV bus. It doesn't get bridged at one of the headers, so at the very end of the video you'll see where I actually make it bridge, make solder bridges to complete that continuity across the whole board. I don't know if they know about that. I'll have to send them an email. Here I'm testing power from one board to the other. It's the one that I had previously built. And then I'm also testing the LEDs on the front panel thing, and you couldn't see them light up there. I just had it powered up real quick, but they worked. Now here I was kind of doing a handheld, actually chest held camera thing while I was farting around with test fitting where the bus boards were going to go in my system. It already has bus boards. I'm using 3 of the Trogotronic ones, and I'll be using some of my existing ones as well. Figuring out still the best way to jumper in those existing ones, whether just plugging into a header, which is how I had them before, using flying bus cables, or if I'll use some more heavy-duty wire from the lugs on the Trogotronic ones, and then have to figure out a way to terminate those on my boards. I think for now I'll just stick with the ribbon cable, but with an upgrade in mind. So I built this case about a year ago now, with the idea of upgrading the power down the road, and here we are. It's, you can see, well, I don't know if you can see, I have 4 rows, mostly populated. I have a 5th row I haven't touched yet. So here goes the next board. This one goes really quick because I've eliminated some parts I don't need, like the barrel connectors, and I just, it being the 3rd one, I kind of know what I'm doing now. So I, as you saw, I tack the parts in place and then I flip over and solder. This time I didn't do all the parts at once. I did here and there. Here we are tacking the headers, flip it over and solder them. And I do an alternating pattern. Instead of going right down the line, you can kind of see how I go back and forth. I do like pin, say 1, then 5, then 2, then 6, then blah blah blah. I do that so that because the plastic gets pretty warm, and I found that if you just go down the line, sometimes you can push the pins through the plastic header, shroud, plastic, whatever. But the other reason is that it's more likely to accidentally drag a solder bridge when you're just going down the line. So I tend to alternate when I do headers or anything like that. And that's it.